So in my previous video, we spoke about how important it is for you to start building and also creating your own portfolio such that it gives you a competitive advantage when you go out there looking for jobs, and probably you might not even need to go out there. Opportunities will start looking for you. So in this video, I've made it in a way that I'll go an extra mile or a little bit further describing or sharing with you the tools that I believe you need to start using for you to come up with these projects. So stick around, as I'll also be sharing my 80-20 rule on how I manage the new stacks that are, or the new frameworks that are coming out, and also how to manage all that while you are building. So let's get started. So as you know, I develop websites, I develop custom web applications, and I also develop mobile applications. So with all this, right, it all starts with the right choice of your IDE. So I'm a great fan of the IntelliJ or the JetBrains family, right? So there I make use of Android Studio. I also make use of Rider. I also make use of PHP Storm, right? So with all these IDEs, I have managed to use them, and I've managed to be comfortable when I'm using them, right? It's like that now I know most of the shortcuts, and it also speeds up my development process, and they're also lightweight to my machine because I don't have a massive machine with a lot of RAM, a lot of space and all that. It's a small machine, but with these IDEs, they are lightweight when it comes to machine resources. So these are the tools that I use now. Now let's talk about mobile app development. So when it comes to mobile app development, like I mentioned, I make use of Android Studio, but on top of Android Studio, I then make use of Flutter, which is a mobile app framework that I use. I just plug it into Android Studio, I install all the necessary libraries, then I start using it. The reason why I chose Flutter is because it's easy to learn, that's one. Then also it makes me create nice, beautiful and responsive applications, right? At the same time, it makes me develop cross-platform applications, meaning I can create an Android application, I can create an iOS application just using one source code or one code base, right? Which then makes me faster when developing, so that I don't have to create two different applications at the same time. So now let's move on to the web or the custom web applications that I develop, right? So as we know, web applications, it's quite big, right? So I have divided it into two. So I have the front end, as you know, we have the front end and we have the back end. And for these two, I make use of two different languages, right? So if it's a complex system that I'm going to develop, obviously I'll need three parts: the front end, the back end, and also the database, right? So front end, I mainly use Angular. Then on the back end, I highly use C#, right? So with these two, it's a complex system that will need scalability, that will need robustness and all that. I make use of these two, right? They're easy to learn, easy to master, and also easy to go out. And the other reason why I chose this is that from the region that I'm in, most companies, they hire these developers that have .NET experience and also Angular on the front end. Obviously there is React and all that, but I prefer sticking to Angular on the front end. Then when it comes to simple applications or simple websites, I use Laravel and their blade templating, right? So this one is a PHP framework, and it's very easy to master in the sense that it comes with an MVP architecture where you have your front end within that same source code, and you also have your back end within that source code, and it's actually easy to navigate. If you're interested in learning, I'll also leave the link below. Actually, I will leave all links below of all these texts that I'm talking about. Now, when it comes to databases, I myself have used quite a lot, both from the SQL family and the NoSQL family. So, but if you're starting, I would prefer stick to the SQL for now, then slowly navigate to the NoSQL. And if you do your own researches, you find that each side has got its own benefit. But for learning purposes, I think just stick to SQL because it's widely used. There's high support on it. So when it comes to hosting, right, you can either use shared hosting, cloud hosting, or on-premise, right? This all will depend either with you or the client. If the client says he wants to host on cloud, then obviously you have AWS, you have Google, you have also Azure. Then if they have their own servers at their premises, then it means you're going the on-premise route, which is they'll be having either Linux servers or Windows servers, right? It just depends. So now let's talk about inspiration. Where do I get my inspiration for the UIs and also other projects, right? So I mainly use Behance. So Behance is a platform where other UI UX designers, they upload their work there, then for people to see or for them to get hired by other people, which is fine, right? But me, I just go there and look for the type of system that I want to build. Let's say it's in fintech, then there are many, user cases for fintech. So I just browse through and see, okay, how is the fintech industry look like at the moment, right? Then I just pick one design, then I customize it my own way, right? Then there's also Figma. So on Figma, this is where I go there, look on what other developers or UX designers have done. Then I also create my own portfolios using that. Then at the end, if I want to make use of a template, I mainly use ThemeForest. So on ThemeForest, it's another platform, again, online platform, where you go, people showcase their work there, I browse through, or if I like something from there, I then use my tool that I shared before, where I can clone the premium templates and start using them. So I'll also leave that video link also in the description below for you to check it out. If you like, you can just start using it, right? So this is all about my inspiration. But now, we can't just develop without managing our projects, right? Obviously you will burn out, you will over engineer, you will miss out some other things, right? So let's talk about project management, right? My number one tool is Azure DevOps, right? The reason why I chose Azure DevOps, I used to use Jira to manage my projects, then I navigated to Azure DevOps. That was a long time ago. But the main reason is that now I can manage everything in one place, right? I can manage my source code, I can manage all the tickets, the project tickets, which is the tasks themselves. I can also manage my deployments, meaning I automate my deployments. I also automate my tests. But you as a beginner or you as starting out, you don't need to worry much about automating. Just do it manually for now, but don't forget to also start doing the automations, right? So I share my source code, or I create my repositories in Azure. Then if I have someone that I need to collaborate with, mainly my workmates or my friends, then I invite them to the space. They see the source code, they clone it, and they do whatever they need to do according to our tasks. Then I will also create tasks, which is very important, where we have quite a number of tasks. Then we just group them into sprints, which is each sprint is 2 weeks. Then we start working like that, right? So this is for managing the work itself. So now on deployments, we make use of pipelines, Azure pipelines, and also Azure builds, right? Okay, so now let's talk about the 80-20 rule, right? New things are popping up every day, new frameworks, AI coming into the picture, AI taking over jobs, AI doing this, right? Now this is how I use it. 80% of my tools, these are all the stuff that I've been using from before up until now, and these are the tools that I've been comfortable with. Why? Because they make me develop fast, they make me enjoy and love what I'm doing. But the 20% is for me to learn, for me to continuously improve my work, right? So that's the 20% for me. It's there for me to learn new things, to adopt new things, and improve the 80%. Right? So, and I've been learning AI tools, so and also integrating these AI tools into my 80%. So I've been making use of Git Copilot. So Git Copilot is just an AI tool where you plug in into your IDE, then it starts working as probably like pair programming, right? So you ask it questions, it auto corrects you sometimes and all that, which then makes your development life much easier. I also use tab 9. So tab 9, it auto suggests, let's say when you're typing a variable, when you're typing a method, it auto suggests that this is how it's going to look like. So all you need is just click on the tab, then it applies all those the whole code, right? Or finishes everything for you, which makes your life easier, quicker. You'll be quick to develop and all that, right? Then obviously there's the notorious in the room, ChatGPT. You can make use of ChatGPT to ask to paste in source code. It corrects you if you are stuck. You just paste in the source code. It explains it for you, so that you now know and you improve and all that. So there are quite a lot of tools, but you don't have to use all of them, because the moment you use all of them, you start getting confused, getting overwhelmed, and you might be probably stuck and not finish whatever that you're doing. So you just need to choose just a few tools, use them to your advantage, and that's it. But I'm not saying stop using or stop looking for others. Just choose the ones that go with your flow, the ones that you find useful, because not all of them are useful to your niche or are useful to whatever system that you're developing. So that's it. So that's all that I have with me today. These are all my tools. These are all the sticks that I use. I'll also drop all the links of everything that I've been speaking about in the description. If you found this video useful, if you have found this content helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and also turn on your notification bell so that you won't miss any of the content that I'll be producing. And again, please don't forget to subscribe. This will then motivate me as well to continue crafting more stuff, continue researching, and coming back to this platform and share all the insights that I would have researched, right? So for now, I will say go out there, start using what you have, and don't underestimate your old tools. Again, integrate, collaborate with AI, and build impactful solutions. So see you in the next one.